Good afternoon. Uh, Welcome to the September 15th, 2021 Oldham County Technical Review Committee meeting. My name is Amy Alvey. I'm the Assistant Planning Director for Oldham County Planning and Development Services. Just a brief overview. The purpose of this meeting is to give the applicant the opportunity to present their plans to the serving utility agencies prior to applying for the Planning Commission. That way we can get all of the kinks worked out in regarding utility easements or providing service. So at this point, what we'll do, we'll ask the applicant to come forward and give a brief overview of the application. Then we'll go through and ask for agency comments. And if there are any specific comments that need to be addressed, the applicant can address them at that time, or they can communicate via email or meeting afterwards. And then we will open it up to public comment. If you're here to speak on this project, just be sure you keep your questions technical in nature. You can ask technical questions of any of the serving utility agencies that are sitting here on the panel or of the applicant. With that being said, we only have one item on the agenda today. That is docket 21-014 Bishop Place Apartments, located at 704 West Jefferson Street in LaGrange. This is a zoning map amendment and development plan request. The applicant is JWW Third LLC, and the engineering firm is Garber Chilton Engineers and Land Surveying. So who would ever like to come up and give a brief overview of the project, and then we'll go into utility comments after that. And just please state your name and address for the record, please.
My name is Chelsea Bramall. I'm the attorney. The address is 401 West Jefferson Street. This is an application for zone change R2 to R4. This is the project is an apartment complex consisting of 4 buildings, 4 two-story buildings. You have 16 units in 3 of those buildings, and the 4th building has 12 units. It's a mix between 1-bedroom and 2-bedroom units. We have a total of 90 parking spots. We haven't requested any waivers or variance at this time. You can pull up, you have.
You take the research, put it up in the PDF, will be signed.
Can't see it on that.
Right there.
Okay. We can zoom as necessary here.
Sit up here.
There we go. In terms of proximity, we have Dawkins Road. The entrance will be off of Dawkins Road from West Jefferson. All of the buildings are facing inward to the parking lot inside. None of the spaces are facing any of the other. The parking, we have 90 parking spaces from a max between the minimum and the maximum of 84 and 120. We can open that up to questions at this time.
We'll go through and do agency comments, and then you can reply to those at that time. Okay. All right, we'll start with staff comments.
Thank you, Ms. Alvey. Again, my name is Tom McIntyre. I'm a senior planner with Oldham County Planning and Development Services. My comments for the following project are to revise plat to plan in their title block, notate the right-of-way width for Dawkins Road, notate the width of pavement at the entrance of the proposed development, rename the street side yard setback as front yard so you can see along Dawkins. The setback that starts from all the way near the Louisville and Jefferson County MSD building all the way up to the other side of Dawkins Road. It says street side yard, it should be front yard. Plan shows a 6-inch water main, and the legend shows an 8, so please verify what size it is. And notate the sanitary sewer main in the legend, so I believe it's shown on the plan on the north side of, or not, rather, that would be the west side of buildings 1, 2, and 3. There's a sanitary sewer, but just show that in the legend as well. Please show no to any water and/or gas easements on the proposed site if applicable. Notate the height in feet in the property statistics. Provide a note regarding the location and elevation of the 100-year floodplain. I've got. I'll give you these comments, but there's POs need to be revised. There's an existing entrance into the mobile home park between 107 and 109 Dawkins Road that is not shown. I don't know if it's indicated right of way or what it may be, but there is an entrance between two trailers or addresses, so if you can show that. Provide cross sections for the proposed pavement within the developments. Secondly, will the internal streets and drives be private or dedicated to public use? If they're private, I should put a note on the plan statement that they will be private, not dedicated. Add a handicap space in the north side of proposed building 2. Every other building, you can see they have 2 handicap spots. On the north side of building 2, there aren't any. So I don't know if that was just like a copy and paste idea or something at least to look at or talk about. A proposed 15-foot sanitary sewer easement is shown encroaching into the proposed 15-foot landscape buffer along the western property line. Typically, MSD will not allow plantings within their easements. Additionally, for Oldham County regulations, landscape buffers cannot encroach into utility easements more than 50% without the utility holder's permission. Please verify that. Open space is required in the R4 to develop is proposing 60 units total, which at 250 square feet per unit requires 15,000 square feet of open space. We show this on the plan and notate the mathematics under the property statistics. This mean is placed detention basin in an easement. 18 would be to show the cluster box units. Other comments? A draft copy from the Board of Education. The elementary schools will be LaGrange Elementary, Oldham Middle, Oldham High. Right now, the campus anyway, be 28 building permits per year. What it comes down to. That's all I have.
Okay, Mr. Sullivan? There we go.
Okay. I'm just trying to project. I have a red line plan and a review letter that I'll provide you before you leave. Just some of the notes that I've got in there. Of course, you're familiar with, since it's greater than an acre of land disturbance, you'll be required to provide your KYR 10 permit as well as submit for the stormwater quality management and erosion control permit with my office. Let's see. There are some topographic survey features that I've marked on here. We'd like to see one, the existing sidewalk on West Jefferson, because I've got another note indicating we'd like to see sidewalk on the frontage along Dawkins, and that'd be for future connection to the existing sidewalk. Consider that. The MSD building and some existing pavement, show those on the plans because I think that gives good reference to what's in the area. That's kind of sketched on here. Tom mentioned the providing the pavement cross section. I'm sure you'll do that. I was curious. It looks like maybe this is going to be an inverted crown section with the inlets placed in the center the way they are. With the alignment of this, the parking and road, we'll say going through this with 1, 2, 3 90-degree turns and really no other outlet. You'll need to coordinate with the emergency services and school with regard to access for those vehicles, because there's no hammerhead or other turnaround feature designed on here. So either a hammerhead at the end of that so those vehicles can turn around, or if you can adjust the layout to just connect at the back and have a loop going around, that might work too. Let's see. Tom also mentioned the detention basin will need to be placed in an easement, so that'll be recorded with the county before you're done. Let's see. You show how you're going to address. There does appear to be some stormwater runoff coming from the west, and if there's going to be a swale or some other treatment to carry that water away. Let's see. Based on the Institute of Traffic Engineers trip generation numbers and the closest traffic station we had from KYTC, it didn't appear that this will generate the volumes that will require either a traffic impact study or a traffic assessment for our office. Those are the primary features. If you could address those, but there are a couple others in this letter that you can look at. Thank you.
What are the amount of units that are going to be in this development? We're going to have to name this because the 911, each individually is going to have its own separate address instead of like a building number. And if you can, swap building number 1 with number 3. So as you go down the street, it's 1, 2, 3, and then 4, just to keep, permits and things as we, if it moves forward, it gets approved, that we just have like the buildings, because that'll be associated with the address. Then you'll just have to get with me with an approved street.
Scott Treese.
So with the utility, you'll need to, we'll have the extension agreements for water and sewer, and we'll need plans submitted to us prior to anything to the Division of Water, so we can review that in-house first. And then once we have that, we'll review that and send it back to you for any corrections that need to be made that pertain to our utility. I
think it's you. I don't know what it is.
Seems like everything was up, but that purposes.
So at this time, we'll open it up to public comments. So if anyone is here from the public that wants to come and ask questions, either technical in nature of either the applicant or any serving utility agency, just please come forward to the podium, speak loud and clearly into the microphone, your name and address, and then any questions that you may have. Okay, seeing none. The next step would be to make these revisions based off the utility agency comments, and then you can submit for the planning commission. So with that being said, we have no further business and we'll stand adjourned. Thank you.